Forgot that popcorn. HBCU. Boy, digging in this. We're in the building, man. Recording.
Oh, we in the building.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Man, so we're gonna kick off, man. 2021. Man, I just want to have a good conversation, man. Do a sanity check with my boys. Cause it's been man, 2021 started out like 2020 to me. But you know, other people may think different, man. I don't know, man. The Tiger Woods stuff happened the other day. I thought man was gone. All I saw was a headline. Then I saw that car. And I'm like, bruh. Oh, snap. Can y'all hear me, man?
Yeah. Man, for one, like I haven't heard stories recently, like everything gonna be fine with him walking, playing again. I know he had surgery on his leg.
Man, he had compound fractures, bones out the skin.
But he ain't playing no more.
No, he ain't. It's gonna be a while if he do play.
If he
I know it's gonna be a while, but
he gotta walk. He gotta learn to walk again.
I think he already had issues with knees and this and that. He had to relearn his swing. Like you know, like pressure your legs on them swings, like
spinal.
If it's his leg that he got to plant, then it's a wrap.
He broke both them joints.
Maybe
both of them.
Maybe you can get new legs.
Lieutenant Diane, you got new legs.
These what you say you were watching, bro?
I was watching
You got new legs.
Got new legs. Lieutenant Diane.
Oh, that Forrest Gump getting going. That Forrest Gump, that's my shit.
Oh,
no, I was watching the Golf Network and they were talking about it
Golf
like Sunday.
Bro,
that must be versatile, man. My boy can't even watch the Golf Network. Clowning, man.
I ain't know that John existed.
Yeah, the Golf Network exists, man.
My boys wore their red shirts, man, for Tiger, man.
I saw that.
Like that Tiger Woods in here.
Man, let my boy finish his point, man.
No way my boy gonna be able to finish his point, man.
Man, ain't no way. Oh no, they were just saying that that it looks like he is going to be fine. Like eventually. I mean, I know not like right away. And that he was in like, good spirits considering. And that it looks like everything's going fine right now. No infections as of yet.
Is that good, I'm fine that I'm living and I'm be able to do daily tech activities, or fine that he's gonna be able to play golf again?
I mean, obviously, right? Like, so they were saying that there's a long recovery ahead. So, but as of today, everything is fine for him to start the road to recovery and possibly be able to play again.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
man, Tiger just trying to smash. That's all he worried about.
Man, Tiger put that behind him, man.
Yeah, man. Well, let that man.
I'm trying to hold somebody's stuff against him, man.
Let that man live that down, man. But no, man. So yeah, I mean, this whole man, y'all boys in Texas. So I wanted to ask y'all about the freeze, man, because I mean it got cold here, but I think like the infrastructure just held up to a point. I don't know if it's just a lot of I don't know. I guess it just didn't get that cold here, but it got cold enough, bro. We had snow, we had some stuff like that, but man, y'all really went through it over there. I don't even know how it was in Dallas, but I asked y'all niggas how y'all was. Ain't nobody say nothing really except price. So I'm like, I guess them niggas all right. Either that or them niggas popsicles on. But what y'all, man, what happened, man? Like, what y'all know about it?
Man, I know that global warming is not a thing. It's not real.
Boy, Kyrie Irving in here, man.
Man, it was cold, man. Like you talk about it all the time. Like, man, I'd love for it to snow around here sometime, but I just changed my mind. I just don't ever got to come back. That was filthy. Like 4-5 days. I mean, and the first couple of days it was like, oh yeah, man, it was cool. Kids playing. Didn't really have to go nowhere. Man,
I ain't getting none of that pound Houston got though, did you?
Man, we got 2 rounds of that pound.
I'm talking about like shouldn't, man, that ain't real.
Bro, we was shut down.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That was.
So the problem was not the snow, not for me. The problem was the ice that came before the snow. That John shut everything down. And luckily, thank God, our lights and power, heating, cooling, whatever, never went off.
Yeah, you ready?
So we were good, but man, I don't know if y'all saw like the water pipes that burst.
Yes.
It got down to like 1 degree with like a -20 wind chill. That John cold, bro. When it got to 35 degrees, it felt great outside.
It felt amazing outside.
It felt amazing.
35.
So, but it was frustrating though, man, because so many people that I knew, my coworkers, everybody, we couldn't work. They didn't have any power. They house felt like it was 30 degrees, or the temperature read 30, 40 degrees on the inside. They were having to go outside to their car to like warm up, man. Yeah. And then outside of that, you got pipes bursting. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. And people didn't have running water, obviously.
I mean, some places around still have like apartment complexes are still, because they have multiple pipes bursting. So some people still ain't 100% done with it.
But bro, what's the sad part about it? And I know my political commentator got some stuff for it, but my thing is, bro, the failure on the part of the government, bro, the infrastructure failure, bro. You got Ted Cancun Cruz, man, out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Teddy Cruz said, man, it's cold.
And it's crazy. It's crazy because
Teddy,
he should have been there, but at the same time, fam, like, man, I had to take care of my family. I ain't gonna dig into that. Could do the scumbag, so I definitely ain't defending him. But man,
but you can send them away, but your ass got to stay.
Yeah. And leading up to that point, I mean, how all the things they turned down from the government, you know what I'm saying? Not being a part of the governmental grid and all that type of stuff, basically relying on not necessarily just old. I know it's a bunch of different factors, but the fact of the matter is you decided not to have a backup because you want all the money for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We already know who in oil, who in all the natural gases and all that stuff like that, bro. So that's what's more important to you, man. So many people that died because of that stuff, man.
Yeah, a lot of stuff be political, man. Because like even here, like
that whole thing was political.
But we just got, I think, because we were under a boil water notice. We just stopped boiling our water like 2 days ago.
Yes.
So it's like then you got folks up here. Like there was no milk, no water, couldn't no truck get to the stores. So it's like, but my thing is like, it's slick political. Hold on, y'all, I'm getting a charge in my bed. But like, so like our biggest thing was MLG&W, from what I'm hearing.
And
like they got old equipment, power.
Yeah.
People. But my thing is like, I was speaking with somebody that works for them. They've been trying to get like upgraded equipment forever, but people, because it's gonna knock your taxes up $30, you don't vote for it. So it's one of them things like the inevitable is gonna happen, bro. If you don't upgrade your infrastructure, like that giant is coming. So it's
even if they do the taxes, you know what I'm saying? Even if they include the taxes, try to put it back on the consumers, man. Those companies have to pay a crap ton of money to update that kind of stuff. So I mean,
you had Memphis without clean water, but all the other municipalities, their water was fine. Because
James, you were telling us something about that, John, man. Give us a brief overview of what you know about that, John.
I mean, it was based off of just how the power companies and how y'all know in Texas. I actually used to live in Texas also, but you have what they call energy market. Pretty much, us six on this call can start up a power company and start selling power to anybody. And so they open pretty much like a gold rush or a Wild Wild West of deregulation and some other stuff to be able to let these people be able to operate like you said. That goes back to the coffers of all these, big oil and natural gas executives and this and that. But yeah, so that was the big part of it. But then as far as them not, like you said, infrastructure, winterizing the different power plants and whatnot, was just a race to the bottom. I mean, everybody wanted that 35 cent per therm on their rate and lock it in. And, whatever. But nobody was looking at on the back end. It's like you can't run like that forever. You know, you're gonna have to upgrade the systems and whatnot like that. But it was like you say, it's political, but a lot of it is really just the big money putting pressure in the political people to change the laws.
Yeah.
You know, and Texas, I mean, you got to think Texas is the only power grid that is its own power grid.
You're right.
Like all the other power grids are cooperative in a bigger group. You have the Eastern and the Western. You got like, out in Atlanta area, it's Tennessee Valley Authority. So, they do all the hydropower coming off the rivers in Tennessee and this and that, and they feed their energy into the rest of the power grid. Texas was like, nah, we just want to do our own thing.
Right.
And
that bread.
They wanted to concentrate that money in Texas. And just like I talked about deregulation sports in Texas with, housing and everything's for profit. That's why you've seen the last 10, 15 years of Texas is booming. I mean, but like you said, if you don't pay, if you just pulling the money out of all
and not putting it back,
you stripping everything out the land and you're not putting nothing back in the soil, then at some point nothing's gonna grow. And that's what's happening in Texas. And it's gonna start getting even worse just for the fact of all the people coming in from California. I mean, you got it swelling like it ain't nothing. And this is just like almost like a tip on the iceberg. Outside, I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but I mean, you look at Houston. That's why I was talking about the deregulation there. That's why it floods. They get 100-year floods every year now.
It's ridiculous.
Every year they having a flood that looks like you're supposed to have every 50 to 75 years.
Oh man,
they overbuild where they're supposed to build because nobody has no rules. So
I mean, to me, bro, it's just crazy. Like this whole political thing. I mean, even now, with 2020 pulling the wool off of people's eyes to let them see who's in leadership and all this stuff that's going on. And just look at Trump, bro. Like Trump ain't even president no more. My boy dodged the whole impeachment. Now fam's still doing conferences and press conferences talking about who ain't worth something. Put out a whole hit list just talking about folks, man. But that's where everything is, man. And I mean, to me, it's like, what's the end result with this stuff, bro? Like, I mean, you got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? And no consequence, dog. Just out here, bro. Just out here talking reckless, man. Trump like, man, we ain't getting rid of the Republican Party. Basically saying we just gonna get rid of bad apples. But man, like, so with that said, like 2021, man, what do y'all want to see, bro? Like, what do y'all want to see? What do y'all want to see happen? Other than the easy stuff, like, okay, we want to prosper as Black people. We want to see the student loan giant go away. But just I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm at a loss right now, bro. I need some direction.
I think everybody want, and I don't know if this is one of the easy ones too, but normality, man. Like some sense of being able to go somewhere and feel somewhat comfortable.
It's us right here, bro.
I'm gonna tell you
not in Texas and Mississippi.
Right here.
Right, bro.
like how you were saying though. Like we keep on talking about we want to go back to normal, but 2019 wasn't normal. 2018 wasn't normal. All it did, 2020 showed us how unnormal everything we doing to this point was.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about the normalcy of getting back to, social distancing.
Yeah.
But all that other stuff pull back. All the rest of the other stuff that social issues that we're dealing with now, and corruption and all, like you said, like our elected officials belong to a cult now. Like, I mean,
man, well, that was largely a part of who we had as a leader, pulling a lot of that stuff back too.
But I feel like
I appreciate that.
We had to cross either we're not there yet, or we on that edge of a point of no return. And 2021 don't feel like I don't want to go that far, but my man Joe.
Yeah, go ahead and go. I'm right there with you.
I mean,
they out on Joe early.
I mean, but it I don't even want you to put it on Joe. It's the whole establishment.
67 days into the job, man.
It's the whole establishment. It's the whole establishment. And what you're seeing is that, you know, you can rally behind something, you can rally behind a lot of stuff, but it's slogans and memes on Instagram. That shit is not going over.
Price, why you out on Joe, man?
Man, so I'll say this. My family, my parents were and are lifelong Democrats.
Yeah. And
I just can't see myself putting that title on my name at this point. Just because I don't share a lot of the views that this Democratic Party share. I feel like in 2021 we starting to go way too left with it, and then you got the right, which is going way too far right with it, and there just ain't no in between. There ain't nobody that can make rational decisions to say, this is how I feel on this issue, but I feel a different way on this issue. It's either you got to be way over here on the left or way over here on the right. And my
disagreement is not with too left, too right. Personally, I don't think we're going left enough. I mean, when you just come out of what we just came out of, and is crazy, you got to do something to get yourself into normalcy. The pendulum is all the way over here. You got to come all the way over here, because if you just
it's
come,
definitely way over there.
Once they get the power again, bro, we're gonna be off the charts, bro.
Easy.
Right? Ain't gonna be no such thing as a low at that point.
Man, I don't agree.
I think.
I'll ask you this real quick, because I'm just on one today. I'm sorry, guys, but
no, go ahead.
What are you saying that we done went too low for?
So I'll say this. I'm saying
like this. Next week will be a year into this whole thing, right? Like, people are still losing jobs, this and that. Like, there's no type of, I mean, he hasn't wrote any kind of things as far as safety nets to like just get this thing turned around, you know? Like, and if we're gonna talk about, you know, left, all the stuff that they still signing, the same thing we talked about Trump before and signing all this stuff to big businesses and they got the money. That's the same thing they just finna pass now. And exactly. The Democrats got the thing. But here's the thing though, that's what I'm saying. When we say far left people want to work for the people. They want the people to get the stuff. They're the ones advocating for, you know,
I don't agree.
The colleges and the
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Why you figure
I'll tell you why I don't agree. Because what you just said, the last stimulus bill, the one with Trump, the stimulus bill with Trump, the Americans got $600 and all this other stuff that we don't know where it went.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we got a stimulus package that they're proposing where it's bumped up to $1,400, but it's even more money that we don't know where it's going. Right. So ain't nothing changed. It's still the same thing. They just got left-leaning policy.
They went left. That sounds like that's still right to me.
No, that's left-leaning policy. It's left-leaning policy.
Go ahead. Right. One thing I say, didn't the Democrats propose the stimulus that they sent to Trump? Was it their proposal? Huh?
No. So it was working hand in hand on the first stimulus.
I thought they put the bill on on his desk for him to sign and for the Republicans to review.
No, that man want to sign that.
No. So they had an initial stimulus bill the Democrats came up with that wanted even more money.
Okay.
Which probably didn't process through, and they settled on the $600 that people receive per.
So my point is, they're working together for the same bill. This is the same people that was working together for during the Trump administration, right?
But the differing that I'm saying is all that's changed is now the policies and what they pushing the money towards is just going to left-leaning issues. Whereas when Trump was in office, all the money was just going to right-leaning issues.
Yeah,
it's going to the American people is what I'm saying. We ain't getting it.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Supposedly more black-owned business.
The progressive people in the Democratic Party, they're the ones that are advocating that the money goes to the people. Those are the more progressive Democrats. Those are the people that we call far left. Yeah. Them are the ones that are saying, yes, I want to put more money in your pocket. The moderate Democrats are the ones that are still beholden to all these big businesses and different things to that nature. That's still gonna write all that money, gonna go to the big companies. So, and we still not gonna get nothing. So that's what I'm saying. That's the part that I'm saying. So you can't say like it just went far left and far right, because really tell you the truth,
I mean,
it didn't move.
So let me
move.
Let me
in the same situation.
Let me get your thought on this. Like, all right, it is going to the big company, right? So what are your thoughts when you hear the argument? It's going to the big company and it's like a trickle down, method.
Man, stop.
So
trickle down economics.
well, hold on. Let me finish.
Let him finish, man.
Like during the bailouts, they bailed out the banks. Why did they bail out the banks? Because you can't have those going under, and you're trying to keep people employed, right? So totally disagree. Totally off base.
So here's the thing.
Yeah, I disagree
with that one. So here, the best way I can put this, and why I hate when I hear that stuff, is that you always hear about them saying socialism is terrible, this and that. We don't want to give money to the programs, this and that, blase, blase. But when they always argue free enterprise, we are a communist country. So what that means is that if you have your books right, if you have a contingency, if you have backup money, and something happens and you weather the storm, the free market says that you have won. The free market determines who are the losers and the winners. So if you go under, you go under. But what they do is, instead of letting them go under, they socialize it. They take me, you, everybody's tax money, and they be like, all right, instead of letting you fail, we're gonna give you all this money to keep your business a company. But at the same time, we're not gonna raise none of y'all rates. Oh, the CEO is going to get bonuses on top of the money that they already just pissed off.
How you getting a bonus and you did so bad that they had to give you millions of dollars to save your business, and then you turn around and get a bonus.
That's why I hate that. That's why I hate that whole kind of that talk as far as, oh, well, we're trying to do this. Now, mind you, with the 2008 and all that kind of stuff, did we need to do some type of bailout? Unfortunately, yes. But it was also should have been regulations and other things put in place to, one, punish the people who put you in that situation in the first place, and also regulations so it won't happen again. And we didn't do none of that.
I think this time is a little different. Not a little different. It's a lot different due to the pandemic.
True.
And cases, what Jay Star is saying is okay. Okay, there's some cases where that's okay. Then there's other cases where it isn't.
So I'll give you one example where that's not okay. So I'll give you an example.
I know plenty.
and real quick on this one. So American Airlines for the last 10 years prior to the pandemic had access buku money. Money. What they were doing was, instead of taking that money and saving it for a rainy day, a pandemic, some shit, whatever, what they started doing is doing stock buybacks. What that does is that makes your stock go up. Guess what? If I own stock because I'm a CEO and that's how my pay is set up, every time I go up, my money goes up. So I keep on buying back more stock and pushing that price up.
Yeah.
So they took an access. I forgot the number. We can look this up, maybe put it back in the video later. But it was billions of dollars over 10 years that they got all that money from the baggage fees that we started charging us all of a sudden, all that other extra stuff that they started getting. Now, when the pandemic hit, they were one of the first ones.
Oh yeah,
because around it and we can't fly. But no, you had like $10 billion y'all could have saved, but now y'all wanted to be greedy and blind y'all pockets. That's what I have a problem with.
So, yeah, true story. Price. I just wanted to. I don't want to talk to death because I want y'all to get to anything else y'all want to get to.
Sorry, guys, bro. Look, hey.
The far left comment. Is there anything else in particular? I mean, because far left covers a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was just wondering if you had anything in particular that you just didn't want to see, like gender neutral restrooms and stuff like that. Like all that could be considered far left.
I mean, everything, anything, any and everything. Now it just seems like to me we just went from one extreme to the other extreme, and to me that ain't that ain't a safe place for the United States. That's a
give me one.
That's a you just taking it from the Trump-led lunatics to now the Biden-led lunatics who are pushing agendas that are way too far left that most Americans don't agree with anyway.
Give me one, bro. Give me one. He only been over 2 months, so you can give me one.
I mean, so you mentioned you can mention a lot of things. I don't want to go into some stuff.
You don't want to go.
I don't want to go into some stuff.
What agenda? What
agenda? We had this conversation where I don't want to go into some stuff.
I want to have a conversation. Give me one.
I don't want to go into some stuff, but it's a lot of different agendas that people push. Yeah, it's a lot of different stuff that people push. But the reason I don't want to go into it is because a lot of those agendas can be social agendas that can be controversial.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to put my name on my thoughts on controversial.
Well, I understand that. And I'm okay with a lot of so those things are minute in my mind and my thought process, because if we talking about the Trump-led way or how it used to be, like James stated in 2018, 2019, man, that jam whack. Man, y'all can do just about anything y'all want to do other than that jam, because it's been so much suppression that we so blind to the fact that we can't see. With J-Rock working in places that sit there, got a brother leading the thing, and he knowing everybody being suppressed, but that type of stuff can't continue. But that's the type of stuff we don't see. We just used to it. So, I mean, I'm ready to get away from that. So if we gonna let that pendulum swing, that giant need to go on swing. It can go far left as it want to, because I don't really care about the little small stuff. I just don't care about it, bro, because it's happening anyway. You know what I'm saying? People do stuff, all type of stuff go on all the time. And I mean, it's a bunch of weird stuff that go on, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Let people live, bro. Like,
that's how you feel.
I don't know about that, bro.
Let people live.
Let them live.
Listen, bro. Unless you're trying to do something to me,
right?
Do what you do,
bro. If you're not trying to push nothing on me, and you're not trying to mess with me, bro.
I'll be honest on how I feel about it. Anybody you saying that not letting people live stuff, that's the same thing that the other people do. Suppression is suppression, no matter who you suppressing.
My boy say the other people.
Because I know exactly what I mean. Suppression is suppression. You call it whatever you want to call it.
I feel you.
Suppress somebody because they black. You suppress somebody because they gay. You suppress somebody because they want to be Chinese. Whatever. It don't matter.
I'm so sick of this xenophobia stuff, man. I got pissed, man. I saw that little black kid push that old Asian guy down, man. Killed him, bro. I'm like, bro. All the years, man, you been suppressed, bro. Like every year, that should make you a little bit more wise to the point where you ain't going to hate an Asian guy talking about some coronavirus, bro. I'm just like, man, that's a sad day, bro. Like
that's terrible.
Yeah, man, that jump was so terrible. I hated to see that, man. Just an old elderly guy, man, just walking doing his normal walk, man. Dude came through and hit my boy like he was Von Miller or somebody, bro. He hit his head on the ground, just dead. I'm like, man, come on, man.
So you got a lot of people. I think to be suppressed, to know you suppressed, it takes a certain level of education. You got a lot of people suppressed, don't even know they suppressed. So typically, you suppress when you've educated yourself or you professionally climb ranks and you see, I'm smarter than this dude. I trained this dude
for years now,
but he got the job, he got the money. So with me, man, and I don't dig deep in politics. That's why I've been real quiet, because all that far left, far right, I couldn't tell you one way or the other. But at the end of the day, bro, it's about self-preservation.
Yeah.
Like you got to take ownership of yourself and your legacy. I'm trying to find this. Shoot, I saw this graphic today. Hold on one second, man. Y'all go ahead and take up. I'm gonna find that graphic, but it was the average average net worth of a white household. I think it was like 151,000 or something like that. The average The average. That's
Sheesh.
average. That's poor rich.
Wow.
The average net worth. We talking about net worth, bro, of a Black family was $17,100. That is all you need to know, right there.
Damn shame.
The Black, it's a Black family. Your net worth. We not person. We're talking about family. I forget the average, people they say.
Oh yeah, man.
You line up your family, bro. Your net worth can't even go get you a Honda Accord,
bro. That junk terrible.
Like if that don't tell you all you need to know. So like, I'm of the mindset, bro. If it ain't about all that far left, far right stuff, that stuff ain't new. It's been going on. And we get new parties in it. They just find a different way to do it, a different name for it, a different law for it. Man, you got to take ownership of that stuff and learn some financial literacy and try to learn how to make you some money. Start business, learn the game. It's a reason why all wealthy people are business owners. It's because they're getting tax breaks. You like washing cars, go downtown, pay $17 for a business license, and you got a mobile detailing business. Like, it's time out for all that. They gonna keep doing it. They've been doing it for all this time. Why would they stop? Why would I be in power and then relinquish my power to give it to you? Who does that?
They ain't doing that now.
Nobody's gonna do that.
They fight tooth and nail.
They gonna drop the social media memes. They gonna give the speech, but I'm not gonna take money out of my family mouth to give it to yours. So it's self-preservation, me. At the end of the day,
man, that 17K hit home, bro.
Ain't that crazy, man? That's sad,
net worth, bro. Not salary. That's a net worth, bro. $17,100.
I ain't ready, man. I ain't ready.
He said he ain't ready. Man, have a meal, Mac. Man, chill.
So,
put your business out there, man.
But like, if I go talk to somebody about insurance, like, I ain't trying to, put no business out there, but I got over like $500,000 in insurance for like $87 a month, bro. But if I come to tell you, you pay $50 a month and you can get $500,000 of life insurance in the event you pass away, your family got a check. And after 30 years, if you still alive, we're gonna pay you $150,000, which is the premium you put back in. Man, I ain't got no money. I ain't paying no $80 a month. You paying $80 a month on other stuff. That stuff like that. That don't got nothing to do with far left, far right, Trump, Biden, nobody else. That's you.
That's education that I was talking about. I told y'all. Yeah. That's what we
like, bro. You gotta be able to receive it. It's
bro.
That's the frustrating part. If you just do that part.
Man, I ain't even worried about the ones that received it. We go talk to 20 and one of them cats walk away with that information. That's what I feel like. That's what you got to do, bro, because it's just another one of them things, man. Everybody ain't going to receive it. Shoot.
You're talking about the far left, far right, but you pulling up, you got a Mercedes pulling up to an apartment complex. Why? I know a cat dude, no lie, man, got a Hummer and like a Mercedes. Rent. Why? What sense do that make?
It makes sense if you're depending on why you want to live your life now.
Man,
I'm not saying that like on a judge. I'm not saying that on a judgmental point, but what I am saying is don't then turn around and blame, oh man, we got the opportunity. Yes, you do.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. That's
what I was going. I'm like, yes, you do. Like, why? Yeah. This billionaire got a Ford Focus. But see, in the minds of a lot of our culture, we gotta look like we got. It's time out to trying to look like you got money. People with money don't look like they got money.
$30,000 millionaires.
So man, we definitely talk about that shit, nigga, all day. But anything else on y'all mind for 2021? My goal is to keep pushing this junk right here, man. We talk about this education, bro. I'm working, man. I'm working on my stuff. I'm working on this here. I'm working on all types of stuff, bro. So what do y'all, what y'all want to close with, man? Y'all just give me some nuggets.
For me, I would just say, man, I'm a year away from 20-year class reunion.
Ain't that long, man?
Yeah, so just reflecting, man, reflecting on where I'm at, looking at the pitfalls of where I could be.
Yeah.
But thankful and blessed where I am. So just looking at 2021 as a year of more growth, and hopefully getting even further along in this journey of life.
Man.
Man, I'm so upset at you right now for reminding me of that bullshit.
Long time, nigga. Long time.
I mean, for me, man, I just want to try to make this year better than the last. I'm gonna keep wearing my mask. I don't know about y'all.
Man, good, dog.
Open that joint up. I'm still wearing mine.
We at 100% right now, man.
Good, dog.
Yeah, 100%.
I got mine.
100% have your size in the hospital.
Keep mine, bro.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm gonna let y'all have it. We're gonna be talking a little hour.
Listen.
Oh wow.
Well, let me not get into it. You cannot wear that mask if you want to. That's on you.
Bryce said he ain't wearing that mask, man.
I feel listen, I done went and got the first round of the vaccination. I'm happy about that. So
boy,
I'm just
looking crisp like a Subway sandwich.
Saying, we do that.
Straight 180 from that vaccine episode.
all I would say is
it's true.
Look up peer reviews on masks.
Man,
peer reviews.
Look up peer reviews on masks.
Man, that's depending on who you select your peers to be.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about from like the actual studies of the mask. Like,
mess with you, man.
Look at the peer reviews and see what masks do. So just real quick, the spread of COVID is aerosol spread, meaning like when you sneeze, you have large droplets and you have very small droplets that come out. So the aerosol is obviously the smaller one. A mask, in most cases, only protects us from those large droplets. That's what it's for, is to protect the large droplets.
So you saying that it's the exact same, right? So wearing the mask and not wearing. Hold on.
Let me finish my point. Then you can go with it. So the mask, the reason that I wear a mask is because, in large part, because the mask does stop the large droplets. So, that's what it's designed to do, is to stop the large droplets. However, if COVID is a aerosol spread, then there is evidence in people saying, or people suggesting, that the masks aren't effective because the aerosol spread is still able to go through, even just in regular talking, even in singing, whatever it is that you're doing.
I found that Fox peer review.
No, I'm just lying.
But even with the N95 mask, that review is still true.
That it is, but N95 is obviously better. It provides more protection. But masks are for protection for the person around you, not for yourself. So don't do nothing for you intaking, because you still are able to breathe in, but whatever is out.
That's why everybody else supposed to.
Condoms are not 100% effective, but we still put them on.
What's that?
Condoms are not 100% effective, but they still work. Like, we still put them on.
Okay, so now you can't compare a condom to aerosol spread, which is what we're talking about.
So like,
but I just go ahead.
Go ahead, because I think I'm about to ask the same thing you about to ask.
I mean, to me, that doesn't quite make 100% sense what you're saying, because if it helps, then it helps.
Right. Okay.
I don't understand.
Right, hold on. So hear what you're saying. Once again, I just said the reason that I wear a mask is because of the large droplets, right? That's the only reason I'm still wearing them at all.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm still wearing them at all is because it stops the large droplets, which is if you're in contact.
So that helps, somebody, right?
It stops the large droplets.
Right.
So that helps you, though, right?
Masks do not prevent COVID because you still have aerosol spread.
I don't think nobody said it prevents COVID.
So for the person that says, I'm not wearing a mask because I don't give a damn about whether it stops large droplets or small droplets, it's still spreading. If the person that says it, I can understand that rationale. They feel like, why am I risking why am I putting this mask on my face for the large droplets just for being around in close contact with other people when it's still aerosol spread, meaning people still catching it anyway.
Here's one hole in that theory, bro.
Go ahead.
The fact that you're not giving percentages or anything like that, which I'm not expecting you to, but here's the deal. Okay, so if there is aerosol droplets that get through, we do need a percentage. We're gonna say it stops large droplets. Does it not stop aerosol at all, or does it stop 70%? Or does
it don't stop aerosol at all?
Man,
I'll tell you why.
My peer reviews that I read.
It's easy. No, easy. You just look it up. If any of y'all can find a study that tells me that masks will prevent COVID.
Nobody said that.
You putting this garbage out.
You can find a study that says masks will prevent aerosol spread. Please do so.
It does not. Not 100%. Not 100%. Exactly, I'll take 40%.
No, it don't.
I'll take 20%.
Boy,
we don't listen.
Right. He said he wear it.
Bro, mask does absolutely nothing for aerosol spread.
Okay, so when I sneeze into my mask,
I said the reason that I wear a mask is because of the large droplets.
We get that. All right, so let me ask you a question. I understand why you wear a mask because of the large droplets. So are you saying that you don't know for sure that aerosol is the reason that it's spreading?
I'm 100%. No, it is proven that aerosol spread is an airborne virus.
Okay, so why do you wear it for the large ones?
Because if once again, that's what I tell people all the time. That's why I argue for masks and still wearing masks. That's the reason why I still argue for it, is because if common sense say, if you can get COVID from the small aerosol spread, then obviously you can still get it from large droplets, right? That's what common sense would say, right?
Yes.
So that's the reason why I still wear the mask, because
just to stop the large droplets.
Because because you don't have to worry about the large droplets. You only got to kind of worry about the smaller droplets. So that means that it's effective.
Right. I didn't say you haven't heard me say it
not
all.
Completely, which we all say is not 100%.
You haven't heard me say at all that masks aren't effective at all. I didn't say that. That's why I still wear the mask.
But you said that's the reason why people
understand the rationale. I do understand the rationale of why some people might say, well, if it's still spreading anyway, even though it's just aerosol spread, why the hell would I keep wearing the mask?
I understand the rationale why people say they can just bang whoever they want to bang.
I don't understand
that. I ain't down with that either.
We can have that
I can pull out.
We can have that simplistic thought process if we want to, but if we're having a serious discussion,
I guess I don't understand how. Okay, because it's a whole lot of them that you fight. You have to put 2 or 3 out of my job every day for a mask. So if I sneeze, there'll be large droplets and small droplets that come out.
Correct. Microscopic.
The mask will block the large droplets and potentially not drop the small ones.
Correct. Not potentially.
What else is there to talk about? I don't understand.
Well, J-Rod, you know one thing that we're not taking into account. I understand what J-Rod's saying. So it's still protecting. Still need the mask.
It's still protecting from large droplets.
Still need the mask. But another thing that we're not talking about.
The person is arguing though, J-Rod, that why would you still wear the mask if the COVID is still in the air anyway? What good is it? What is it protecting?
Let me show you.
You're only talking about the large droplets, but the small droplets still floating around, aerosol spread.
This probably
wearing a mask?
There must be the scientific people, because the people out here that don't wear the mask.
This probably a bad example.
It's against their freedoms and all that stuff.
This is an aerosol can. Y'all see how far that jam went? Y'all see how far that jam? Let me show you one more time. You see how far that jam? This is probably a bad example, but let's see. Oh wow, we didn't even see
that. I'm gonna tell you why that's a terrible example.
You want to know why it's a terrible example? Because ain't nobody sneezing it hard to the point that jam a steady scream.
All right. So once again, when people are defending the wearing a mask, all I keep saying, which I understand why people want to wear masks, and I get it, but I also get the other side. But I would honestly say, you can provide the study that suggests that masks are effective in stopping COVID, or that masks will stop aerosol spread, please do so. I'll gladly wear the mask. Leave this conversation alone.
I just showed you an aerosol can. The thing is, we talking about projection and distance.
I can send you a video of
I can send you one too.
Talking. I can send you a video. It has like 4 different spots where it shows like people talking. And you see what's coming out their mouth when they talk. You got people sneezing. You can see what's coming out their mouth when they sneeze. Right. You can see when the person got on a mask, when they don't have it on a mask, and you can see what effect that has. So, but you can also see the aerosol spread. And when it's aerosol, well, you actually can't see it because it's microscopic. But when it's aerosol spread, you can still see some of those droplets still going out. The person is arguing that if it's still out there, what are we protecting? It's not working. The mask isn't working. So
I don't even want to get into the weeds too far with that.
You said it's partway working. That doesn't look good for you.
It does.
Partway working don't do no good. It's still out there.
Yes, it does. First of all, we don't know how much of a droplet you need to get COVID. That giant you saying microscopic, so I might can lick that microscopic giant and be good. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? We don't know.
And we talked about this before. Another thing, we talked about viral load. You was actually want to bring it up, Price.
Right.
Viral load. So if we talk about somebody sneezing in your face,
absolutely,
no mask,
absolutely,
with a
no mask, with somebody with a mask,
absolutely. Which is once again going back to the same point of why I said
we know why you
still wear masks,
but it doesn't make sense for somebody to say.
I understand the rationale of not wearing them.
We ain't gonna worry about you understand that rationale. I want to get to the rest of the boys, what they want to say to end out 2020, so we can wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, man.
I'm gonna change. Oh, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, real quick, man. I for one want to leave on a note, man. Get your money. If 2020 has shown us anything, man, we can't wait for handouts. You know, we have to be independent. A lot of these people that don't even care about COVID. The housing market is booming right now, you know, and it's a reason it's booming because they got the money. They ain't getting the checks from the government. So get your hustle on, man. I'm trying my best to get to a savings where I feel comfortable. Like if Raytheon decide to let me go, I'll be straight, you know. So that's just my only deal, man. So I'm in the mindset of, you know, pushing these agendas, pushing things that I want to do to generate wealth, and y'all do the same, bro.
Pushing HBCU. There you go. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah. Who we got next?
I go. Most compounded knowledge. Like that's my thing. Compound knowledge. If I can tell you, that's what I'm on. Like, I ain't getting on you, Price, because you different. I just be wanting to put you with knowledge that I received somehow, whether that be good, bad, and different, you know? And that's the same way. I just want to be able to pass on knowledge that I know that help somebody, whether that be financial, you know, things that I've done that was wrong. It was like, hey, don't go down that path because, you know, because again, like I said, it's all about letting that next person, next generation win. Like, everybody can win, bro. It's too much out here.
Man, it's too much
to be trying to be. Hey, just get your slice, bro.
Too much out here, bro. You can have a whole pie.
There are ways to get it.
You have a whole pie.
And that's where the compound knowledge comes from. Because, like you said, you know, rising water raises all the ship. So hell, if I'm giving you information and giving you information, and you start winning, then we all winning. You know, at some point. So that's my biggest thing. That's what I took from. In 2020, spread the knowledge, bro.
Bet that sounds like
we sure need some knowledge.
Again. J-Rod, close us out, my G.
Owner versus consumer.
Word.
Point blank. 2020, 2020 to me, you know, it had its rough points, but overall it was a blessing for me. I made more money in 2020 than I probably made my whole professional life. So, like, I just feel like it's certain things come up in life that it's like a crossroads, and 2020 was that. 2020 was a year you thought that job was so safe and that job was so, you know, protected, and then in 1 week your job was gone. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I work in banking. Like I said before, I saw a lot of businesses be formed and all that. But I mean, it's just, we're in America. Ownership is power, and until you have ownership, you're gonna always be waiting with your hand out, waiting on like these people being killing themselves, checking mailboxes, waiting on their stimulus check.
Yeah.
The rich, the wealthy ain't waiting on stimulus check. Business owners not waiting on no stimulus check. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mindset shift. Like I said, it's owner over consumer. And like James said, get out that mindset. You don't have to be a special person. You don't have to have a certain amount of money. A business license costs $17 in Shelby County, Tennessee. $17.
Right.
You like cutting hair, quit cutting hair for $5 in the kitchen. Save you $500, go down here to Concord, go to school for 18 months for something you already know how to do, and now you got a trade. You wash cars, you cook it. It's tons of way to make money,
bro. That's for sure.
And we as a race and a culture, we always been hustlers. We always know how to get the money. Just go the extra step, get that paperwork behind it. And that's what it's all about, man. That's what I'm on. I'm on ownership versus consumer, being a consumer. Because we got the money. The number one thing is we don't have no money. Well, every study shows that we are the number one spenders. We spending trillions and trillions every year. Yeah, you do. You got the money. It's what you're doing with the money.
Yeah. That's a bet, bro. So HBCU, man, I appreciate y'all, guys. What'd you say? Price, you said something, bro? Oh, okay. Yeah, man. So let's push forward, man. Let's talk. We talking. Let's walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Things gonna start getting moving. I want stuff to start moving faster. I want everybody to like, subscribe, share. These we're gonna try to get this up on Spotify and stuff like that because people might just want to listen instead of looking at our ugly mugs all day. Because we do run long.
Yourself,
But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. Many more times. We're gonna make sure we keep doing this thing right, guys. HBCU, we out of here.
Peace.